Tiger Woods supposedly happily married to not only a white girl, but a Swedish white girl, to which is the ultimate top of the mountain, top screen, can't get her, greatest white woman in the world. And I was having a conversation about Michael Jackson with a dear, explaining, you know, celebrity and fame and how they build you up to bring you down and all this. All these white women, just white women, white women, and not a black one in the bunch. And white women, just white women, white women. That Tiger Woods is a white supremacist. Tiger Woods is racist against black women. And as far as his buddy, Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan is concerned, guess what? They must have their little coats, their little black men with non-black women parties. Black women must not be allowed in their little, because the racism against black women in the lives of rich black men has gotten out of control. And me, for one, no more. 2010, I'm not supporting anybody who's racist against someone that looks like me or my daughter just because of the color of our skin. Spike Lee should be ashamed of himself. I mean, can a black sister get a job being an actress, for God's sakes? Guess what, sisters? You are not gonna like this movie at all. I didn't like it so much, I got up and walked out of the movie. Especially the problems black women have with their hair. Now, all mine, the weaveology. You know how we got to get the weave, got to get the hair, and it had Nia Long in it and Raven Simone and some other people wearing their weaves. How proud they are that they wear their weaves, and they're real picky about their weaves and how much they pay for their weaves. I guess it was Atlanta Black Hair Show, and of course you have these kind of guys that are in the hair show. Of course you have them. You have a little white girl who is just the most horrible I've ever seen in my life. She's a tramp, she does drugs, white men beat her up and throw her out the car and leave her for dead, and guess who comes and saves her? A black man. He ain't got nothing to do. The black community don't need no help. Sisters don't need no help at all. As a matter of fact, he recruited 2 more brothers to come help her too. Was kind of dogged at one point by Samuel L. Jackson, and then because the white girl needed him, he just leaves the black woman hanging, and then after 2 days after he go out partying with the little white girl, he come and make up with the black woman, only so she can help the white girl. Then he gives the white girl away in a wedding because we don't need our men. Our men are there to serve white people.
Paris a little fast.
She is a definite slap in the face to all the black men that are with white women. You will take the worst of the worst of the worst white girls that we have, ones that we throw away. You will love, honor, cherish, provide for them, protect them, and I'm telling you, this movie.
But if that was my daughter, she'd get a whooping of her life, period. Okay? It would be the wrath of me that she...
Really? They hate us. I'm convinced John Singleton was a part of this, the guy who did Hustle and Flow. I mean, this is their movie. I mean...
Damn all that. You better take issue and bring closure to whatever's going on in your background. Because when it comes time to dating, we don't want to hear no excuses. We just want a cool-ass, non-whack woman to chill with. That's what brothers want. Just don't be whack. Some dudes require women to bring something to the table, some don't, but our basic criteria is don't be whack. And that's the thing. A lot of you women are just whack. And I've told women this before. I've dated girls before, and I'm like, God, wait a minute. You know, I can't fuck with you. Like, why not? You know what? You're just whack. I just can't even put my finger on it. I ain't got that many fingers. Baby, you're just whack. I've told women that. So think about that, ladies. Are you whack? And if you are whack, what can you do to de-wackify yourself?
Welcome to the show, PearlJr.
Well, thank you for having me.
My second guest is Tariq Kingflesh Nasheed. Welcome to the show, Tariq Nasheed.
What's going on, player?
I am glad to have both of you on the show, and we're going to talk about some issues. I'm going to go ahead and get right into the questions.
You have to take responsibility for your actions and stop spreading myths about black men.
Well, I think you guys need to take responsibility for your actions because we're not giving it to each other, okay? You guys are giving it to each other, not us. And it's new cases because we never have things.
Giving it, you out there getting it. You're going out there getting it. Stay your ass home. Stop laying up with everybody.
Okay, and I'll be fair with you. We do need to be more careful about having sex. Absolutely correct.
Let's keep that very, very real.
Okay, but with you teaching brothers how to mac, okay, and telling them how to trick us out of getting it, you are kind of, playing both ends of the spectrum. At one point, you teaching them how to go get it, but then you telling us to tell you it don't work.
I ain't never taught nobody how to trick nothing.
Of course, that's what art of macking is, ain't it?
No, it's not. Actually,
what is it then?
My book teaches men how to be men about themselves and how to handle business as men.
And then on your website, you got hoe-looking chicks on your website? What are you talking about?
Why they got to be hoe-looking chicks?
Because they ain't got no clothes on.
It's like two women with no clothes on my side, when actually she has clothes on, she's in her drawers.
She's in her bikinis. They're scantily clothed. What are you talking about?
On every MySpace page. What the fuck are you
talking about? You're like a contradiction, a walking contradiction. Women don't give up, don't have sex, but I'm going to teach the men how to get it from you. I mean, come on, Tyreek. You're right. She's there.
That's not all I teach. That's not all.
Well, that's the main message.
That's not the main message at all. And even
well, then what's the main message then? Go to college, go to school?
The main message is to stack your money and don't be no simp, and watch out for women like you who's trying to
stack your money. Women like me? What do you know about me?
I'm listening to you right now. You sound crazy as cat shit.
You can work harder. Period.
We're doing our thing.
Well, do it better then.
The black man in America has to be a hustler about his. So a black man has to identify the enemy. Now, if there's black women who want to be down, when black men want a black woman who's down, he needs to roll with them. But when you get these PearlJr type sisters, they are the enemy. You avoid them like the plague and don't fall for the bullshit. This is why these PearlJr type women are not getting married. People
what
are complaining
about. I got a man. Do you have a woman? Casablanca record.
Like, looking at soap operas and imagining that those are your boyfriends, like Shamar Moore.
Are you kidding me? I love Shamar, as a matter of fact, and I think he's a great guy. I love a man. I bet you ain't got a woman.
I don't believe it.
Are you providing and protecting for some woman, Tyreek? You got so much game and so much mac.
We're talking about you. I'm all right.
Sure you are. Sure you are. That's why you probably have 50,000 pieces of pussy, and you ain't been able to hook one yet.
I can hook your pussy if I wanted it. If you were flying.
You might be able to. You might be able to. Because my pussy is supposed to be hookable. I'm a girl.
The average woman today wants a nigga who's balling, blinging, rapper, athlete. So they don't want the traditional, hard-working, good man. That's a fact. There's a lot of
decent... Okay, and that's a problem.
A 9-to-5 job, and women won't give them.
And I think black men think that that is what we want too. So they said, well, if I can't be a baller and a rapper, then I'll be nothing.
Okay. With race in mind, you mentioned on the show, I don't have the exact quote, but you were saying that the majority of successful black men, and I'm talking about the athletes and entertainers and things of that sort, they are married or they're associated with non-black women.
Exactly.
Could you elaborate on that, and then I'm going to allow Tyreek Nasheeda's chance to respond.
Yeah. Well, I think that white women are at an advantage towards with black women. They know how to pretty much, they know the language of men, which we don't know because we haven't had fathers in our households being the provider and the protector like white women have. Also, white women have good PR, okay? Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, but it's ever since you knew how to see, you saw the blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman being the epitome of. So most of our men are going to think that that's really what beauty is. So therefore, we are at an advantage of being treated as girls. So these black successful men, they for it. It's like they're weak. It's like they have no race loyalty. Like they don't realize how desperate they're needed in the black race community, how desperately they're needed as role models in the black race. And it's really, to me, it's treason to not realize that, because the reputation that they give to their same black biracial daughters, to black women, is the same reputation the little girls are going to grow up to have to suffer through. So they really need to rethink that, because they're disrespecting their mamas and their daughters.
Let me hit on that. Now, as far as the black men being brainwashed into believing that blonde hair and blue eyes is the standard of beauty, a lot of black women believe blonde hair and blue eyes is the standard of beauty.
We trying to get y'all to come back home.
The thing is, we got so many sisters walking around with blonde weaves and blue contacts. If you look at BET,
we think that's what you want.
Damn, well, if we're going to get a blonde, we're not going to get a bootleg blonde. We might as well get the real fucking dick.
me right to y'all.
With sisters who are comfortable with themselves and who are true to themselves, because if she's true to herself, she's going to be true to us. But if you're
And we want to be like that, but y'all ain't paying attention. We don't know what your message
races
is.
on my website. I got women of different races on my website. I date.
Yeah, but they got long weaves.
No, they don't. Not all of them. No,
Yes,
they don't.
they do. I wear an afro. That's what I wear.
I saw that looking like SpongeBob. I saw your afro, but
Can't wear.
you have blonde streaks in your hair. I saw your website. That shit
So
ain't
what? But have you ever seen a white woman with a blonde afro?
Why would I get with you? I would get with a real blonde. You're a bootleg blonde. Why
You
would
know? I have an afro. I have an afro, dude.
blonde? And as far as us not liking our mamas and disrespecting our mamas,
You are.
now how we did? No, let me explain something to you.
Pimp her, bitch better have my money. I mean, come on.
The women today are not representative of our mothers and our grandmothers. They're nothing like our mothers and grandmothers.
How do you know? You won't even look at one. You looking at the hippie mama.
I do. I look at all of them. That's what's out there. The majority of black men have to sift
Because we're trying to get your attention. Can't you see where the problem is? You guys are ignoring us.
If you got to do all that for my attention, I don't need you.
Well, okay, then, Tariq, I'd like to see you with a wonderful, nice, wonderful black woman, okay?
I date wonderful black women all the time because I know what to look for and what to avoid. I avoid the riffraff, so I know, and this is what I teach
But
my
you promote the riffraffs on your website, though.
I don't promote nothing but good game and to avoid women like your ass.
What's like me? What's like me?
Idiots. Insane.
Idiot like what?
Insane.
What do you mean?
It's the same idiocy that's been holding black women back.
Like what?
Nonsense about black men are brainwashed. They love. I'm a woman. I can't afford a kid. Let me take my ass in school instead of popping out kid after kid.
And we get more, and we're more educated than you are. We're in college at higher rates than you are.
Educated my ass.
You're doing very well as men, really, because of twisted up thinking like yours. You
repeating
twisted.
the same thing over and over again. That's the definition of nagging. That's why I don't believe you have a man, because of your
Of course
nagging.
I have a man.
I don't
I
believe
never
it.
lie. I mean, don't be ridiculous.
If you knew Michael was in the room watching us, all the fans chat and have a good time, what would you say to him?
Hi, Michael. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Somebody had asked me a question. Michael asked me out on a date, would I go? I saw that question. I was going to ignore it, but now that you brought that up, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, look, I can't even answer that right now. I did not say I have a lunch date with Michael.
You see, even when we tell you the truth, you guys don't you don't want to see reality. You don't want to take responsibility, even for being wrong. I have a man, and he provides and he protects, and it's wonderful.
Because if he were doing that, you wouldn't be complaining. If your
What do
man
you mean? My book is about how to have what I have. That's what my book is about. It's about a transformation that I have made out of this strong, independent black woman that wasn't working, and how I had to try new things and the strategies and techniques that I had to learn in order to get a man.
Well, the thing is, older, we become more desirable. If you look at People magazine, the 50 most sexiest men, it's always men in their 50s and 60s, like Mel Gibson, Sean Connery, Denzel, and women, when they get older, 45, 46 years old, whatever, their stock value dwindles tremendously. It almost crashes. So when women get that age, they have to bring a lot of extra stuff to the table to compensate for their stock value dropping.
And, you know, so what I'm saying to you is that nature does take its course, and men have baggage. They're hurt. They live. It's not like they just all of a sudden are 45 and accomplished. So what I'm saying to that is maturity should kick in, and you got to remember, any woman that you get with, we're going to bag and bag, just like at a certain point, your dick stops getting hard, okay? So don't just start acting like we're less desirable. Your shit stops working.
I want no Frankenstein pussy. I'm sorry.
Or whatever, you know, well then just keep fucking until you catch something in.
No, it ain't about sex. It's about just having a peace of mind. It ain't about sex.
Well, then what is it about then, Tyreek? You're so confused.
It's about having a peace of mind. It's about black men want a peace of mind. All this bullshit.
Then you provide and you protect for a woman, and you'll get peace of mind. She'll be obligated to you. You'll be holding the bread that she needs to eat. Don't you get it? That's how it works. That's how nature works.
It doesn't. It works that you handle your business, we handle ours.
And that's why it doesn't work. Most women who earn more money than their man, the relationship ends in divorce. The odds go down. Because we're reminding you every day of your failures when we're doing better than you. So black men got to get your game right and be on top of the world. You're men just like white men are, just like Asian men are, just like Mexican men are. Y'all just are using an excuse to fail. Why you letting us beat you? You're females, your irresponsibility, you in jail.
Who's married? You very rarely see a single older black man.
Oh, come on, they're all over the place. What are you talking about? They're all over the place.
Black men can, when they get older, whatever, more established, it's easy to get married.
And a lot of you guys are dying off. There's more men born than girls, okay? There's more boys born than girls. But at 18, you guys start dropping off. You start killing each other with homicides, going to jail, incarceration, heart attacks, all this other stuff. So I don't know what world you're living in. You guys are in bad shape, and you need us to motivate you.
Hell no. That has nothing to do with the price of tea in China.
Of course it does. You're the one that started it, so I just finished it for you.
You have to be a woman who's worthy of being taken care of like that.
And I am. And I'm being taken care of. Are you taking care of some woman? Are you helping some black sister out?
Nope. I don't believe that. I still don't believe that. But a lot of you women try to outman the man.
Your job is as a man. I mean, what do you think your job is as a man? Just to walk around and loving and leaving and dogging? I mean, what do you think your job is as a man?
And knock yourself out. A lot of you sisters have masculine connotations, like you.
Yeah, because we have to pick up your slack. Don't you get it? Dang. Not rocket science here.
Stop trying to be a man, and then you'll get a good one.
Well, then be a man and we'll be more girlish. That's my whole point. When you guys are more mannish, we'll be more girlish. That's the way it goes.
We've moved on. Brothers have moved on to black women of other countries. Shit, we've moved on.
Well, because you guys, it's just another sign of your abandonment and your irresponsibility. Ignorance, that's all. So you're hurting your own biracial daughters. Don't you get it?
We date black women from Brazil, Africa, all over the world. I mean,
well, good.
We're not dealing with black women at all.
About an angry black woman. You are an angry black guy.
You're talking gibberish. And
no, I'm talking fast, baby. I back mine up. I'm an intellectual.
PearlJr.
I'm a scholar.
Junior is
you have a college degree?
Why is your name PearlJr? What the fuck is your name PearlJr? That's a masculine connotation. It has become a scavenger hunt for the average black man to find a black woman who gives them respect and who really has her stuff together. Because a lot of sisters like to hide behind degrees, and I go to college and I do this, but this is not indicative of what black men want in a mate. We want somebody who can take care of home, somebody who can give us a peace of mind, somebody who can just give us basic respect. That's pretty much it. And a lot of sisters are not fighting. And if you do that, we have no problem taking care of you and all that. But if you're going to outman us, disrespect us, say we ain't shit, dry snitch on us, niggas getting locked in jail because of these sisters snitching, writing books about brothers, telling our personal business on websites, gossiping, we're cool on your ass.
Mm-hmm. And it's natural for us to be nurtured.
A skunk will leave the forest when there is no food, and that's what brothers are doing. We're leaving the forests.
Well, I mean, then we'll leave the forest too. Okay, I mean, come on. I found out that black men can't stand black women with non-black men. They hate us seeing us with white men. So if you want to do that, that's fine. Let me tell you something. Guess who will have the better neighborhood? Okay, guess who will be in the houses in the hills? It won't be the white girls with the brothers. It'll be the black women with the white men, because the white men have all the damn power, the money, and the control. So now who you trying to get up on?
My mother don't have a blonde weave. My mom.
No, I don't have a weave.
My mama don't have.
I wear an afro.
The women that shit like my mother or any other black man's mother. Our mothers set the bar high. Our mothers.
Well, good. Well, then you should love and respect black women, because guess what? You're passing up because of whatever. You think there's more fish in the sea, more candy in the candy store, because you can't keep your wee-wees in the pants. You got to go out feeding. You got to have multiple women.
Besides your blackness, what else are you offering black men? I don't hear nothing but fuck with us because we're black. You're not offering shit. What are you offering?
I think black men are very charming. I think you guys are extremely talented. You're born the most talented men in the world. Okay, I think you guys are extremely, just fascinating. You're fun. I love black men. I've never strayed. Not like you. You strayed.
What are black women like you offering us besides your blackness?
Okay, I am a good woman. I cook for my man. I clean for my man. We have great conversation. If he knows I want something 2 days later, he gives it to me because it's important for him to see me happy. He says, if you're happy, I'm happy. You see what I mean? I get to stay home and be an activist and an author.
Okay, so conversation, food. Okay, the average black woman ain't doing that. The average black woman has
but that's what my book is about, how to do that.
The average black woman is like, well,
I'm not going to let you sit here and disrespect me and not speak up to myself. Come on.
Ain't nobody respecting you. I'm letting you run your own mouth. You're digging yourself a hole because you're
No, you dig yourself into a big hole. I got you on this.
You're contradicting yourself over and over again. Crazy is cat shit.
No, you just want to fit it in the box. That's why you don't want to admit that I have a man. You don't want to give any credit because you're the one that contradicts everything that you say is contradictory.
I would love to talk to your dude.
Why? So you can throw salt?
I'm not going
to ruin my relationship?
I wouldn't throw salt in you. How could I ruin your relationship? I'm a Mac. Come on now.
No, I said you try. You would try to.
How can I do that? How can I fuck up your...
Because a lot of you men hate to know that somebody loves us. You hate that. Somebody loves me. Okay? I have a great relationship. He loves me.
Okay, I'm going to jump in here. This question is for Pearl Jr. This is going to be the last debate question of the evening. Basically, I wanted to ask you more about the situation with successful black men that are in entertainment and the urge to not support them because they are dating non-black women. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. I will not give 1 penny of my money to someone who thinks I'm a part of a less than group of women. I will not support anybody who thinks I'm not good enough to date or to marry. I will not date someone who is a racist against his own race. I will not contribute to that. I will not give 1 penny to that. I will not watch him on television. And that's what Boycott Black Men is about. And that's a website that's out there right now. And they don't mean any harm. They just said enough is enough. You guys need to come home, take care of your responsibilities, clean up your communities, clean up your relationships.
Let's just be respectful. And
like I said, to have that kind of mentality, that's like a 16-year-old girl saying she's not going to buy a Lil Bow Wow's record because he's dating Sierra. You grow up out of that dumb shit when you become an adult. You don't sit up here talking about it. Don't matter. If you are worrying about who Taye Diggs is dating or Denzel is dating, that means you have no life. This is why I don't think you have a man.
Oh, my God. You're so ridiculous. You know, I ain't even going to get excited anymore because it's gotten so ridiculous.
Because you know you're ridiculous. Crazy you sound. You know you sound crazy.
Oh,
you're not going to support somebody based on who they're dating.
Why would you support somebody who thinks you're nothing, who thinks you're invisible?
When do you get that leap? He's dating a white woman until he thinks you nothing. That's a hell of a leap to make.
No, it isn't, because if he thought we were something, he realized the need of his presence in the black community and know that if he was with a black woman, he could help that black family out. His resources could maybe help pay for a college education. He could maybe start a business with a black relative. But you guys are just totally ignorant. You don't connect the dots or anything.
I get it. You don't get it. Sisters like you don't get it. That's why you're losing. That's why you don't have marriages.
We're losing.
Pearl Jr.
Yes.
If a black actor was married to a non-white woman, but he was going back into the black community to do for the black community, would you support him?
It doesn't work.
And I was having a conversation about Michael Jackson with a dear family relative of mine, and I was explaining, you know, celebrity and fame. The last 5 years of his life, Michael was making his way back to the black community.
If a black actor was married to a non-white woman, but he was going back into the black community to do for the black community, would you support him?
It doesn't work. No, the NAACP has been, Julian Bond is married to a white woman. He's been chairman of the NAACP for years, and it hasn't done a damn thing, okay? So therefore, I know that his loyalties are mixed up when he's with a non-white woman, a non-black woman, because he has to, you know, please her. He can't be too pro-black because he's going to get offended.
There's a lot of broke-ass dudes out here in the hood dating black women. They're not helping out the community, so your argument...
Then I boycott them, too.
Please.
I boycott them too.
Brothers are dating black women already. That's not helping no community out. The black community.
Yeah, well, if you were providers and protectors, maybe you would.
If y'all were the
do your job. You are born to be a provider and protector. Y'all ain't doing it. Too much crime, too much poverty. I mean, it's simple. Duh.
Fuck up and cook.
Got men wearing 2 damn diamond earrings because the father didn't tell them boys don't wear 2 earrings.
You can't get a man who could afford diamond earrings. That's why you don't like him.
Let me tell you who my boyfriend is, okay? His father owns Casablanca Records, okay? So don't come talking to me as if I'm some dumbass bitch that don't know what she's doing. My book is about how to win sisters, how to make our men better men, how to be kid providers and protectors. It ain't some nonsense just venting like you saying one thing but then parading scantily clad all races of women all over your website saying, you know, we shouldn't give up the pussy easy, but you teach others how to get the pussy.
Casablanca Records, they haven't put out a record since the Parliament Funky
They sold it in the 80s. They sold it in the 80s, okay? I'm just telling you who he is, that he's not a Rudy Poot, okay?
You own a defunct record company, and that's
because his partner died. That's why they sold it.
I'm thinking you about to say Def Jam or Def Row. Casablanca ain't put out a record since 1981.
They sold it.
Claim the fucking
He
thing.
came from a very good family. That's my point that I'm making.
Jeez. Why is he
He
working?
came from a very good family.
Why is he working? Why is he at work? How come he ain't at home just chilling with you in a hot tub somewhere?
What? Oh, see, Tyree, come on.
Exactly. Right. Anyway, the next question, Creole. This woman is crazy as fucking cat shit.
Rika, she chime in, please.
This is what I'm saying, Pearl. This is why I think you're crazy as cat shit. That's utterly ridiculous.
That's silly.
No, straight up and down. That mentality is so immature, and unfortunately, a lot of black women have that immature ass mentality, worrying about what the next black man is doing on the screen. That's fantasy. That is fantasy. That you gotta grow up out of that. You're too old to be sitting up here talking about you're not going to support somebody because they're dating a white woman. That's like
just like I won't support hip hop. I won't support hip hop of men. We have to learn how to talk to our men. Now, of course,
just your general mentality about black men, that lack of respect that you and like a lot of sisters
you see what happens is you went and attacked me at the very beginning of this debate. So once I'm attacked, just like anybody else, I strike back. Now, we can bring it down to a normal level if you want to, and I will be normal and not talk bad about you, but I'm going to tell you something, Tariq. If you disrespect me, then you started it. Don't start now, won't be none.
Pearl, I don't believe you have a man, sweetie. I really...
This is for Tyreek.
Yes, sir. Basically, man, black men, black men have tried to come to agreements with sisters, the average sister, because, again, black men are still dating black women. But if you're not giving us basic peace of mind when we come home, because that's all a black man wants, we don't ask for much. We just want a peace of mind when we come home. That's not too much to ask for. If you cannot provide that, we're simply going to go to the woman who does provide that.
If you kept your pants in, we can account for where you're at, and you're not out trying to fuck Shaquita and Susie on us, then maybe we wouldn't have an attitude. Okay, take some responsibility for not doing your job and being irresponsible.
That's the
and thinking somebody needs to put up with your
That's a negative reinforcement that every black man is a cheater, which is not true. All black men.
You know that's a big issue. You know it is.
So if you already have these, if you already have these premonitions about black men stepping in, there's not going to be any kind of respect, and black men aren't going to stay around. If you have all these prerequisites on how fucked up a black man is, usually, if you get with a brother, you bring him that baggage, he's not messing with you. Sisters, get the baggage out of your system. Brothers aren't fucking with you with all that baggage. Brothers are doing some Southwest Airlines shit. It's 2 bags allowed. Anything other than that, check that shit at the door.
Okay, well.
Just got through having a debate with PearlJr. from BlackWomenNeedLove2.com. And basically, she was doing what I thought she would do, was contradict herself. You know, I try to respect everybody's opinion, but if you're not a person who's going to stand by a specific principle, it's hard to really take anything you say seriously. I mean, this woman was all over the board, like black women independent, black men need to take care of black women. It was just all over the board, contradictory. A lot of it was very immature. And like I told her, at a certain age, you got to grow up out of that immature bullshit and get it together. Now, as far as Pearl Jr. talking about she's in a relationship, she has a boyfriend, I don't believe that, none the least. I just don't believe it. I don't believe that there's a man that can come home and listen to that woman's mouth. This woman is seriously crazy. It's cat shit. She's insane. And I do not believe that any man with his right mind, now she might have some motherfucker who's on crack or somebody who's fresh out of jail. I don't believe that any dude in his right mind comes home to that. And this woman is like insane. She's not going to support black men who date white women. That's infantile. That's utterly goddamn ridiculous. And I proved that. And she just kept repeating the same thing over and over again because, you know, she ran out of an argument. So when you run out of an argument, you just got to keep repeating the same shit over and over, a little louder. But it was very hard for me to take this woman seriously. So that's my assessment of that. But anyway, this is Tariq King Flex Nasheed on the G Spot with Creole G and Coach. We will be right back after these messages.
White women, just white women, white women, white women. And not a black one in the bunch. Women, white women, white women.
August 3rd, 2010, a letter appeared on the internet. Many people believe this is the writing of Michael Jackson, and I have to agree. It says, "Why did you take away your love, the same love that made me unable to speak, the love that made me forget my memories, the love that saved me? Tell me, did I come too short? Wasn't I enough? Have I done or said something wrong? I believe in miracles and angels. I know you escaped through heaven's gates to enlighten me. I believe in faith deep inside. I believe heaven has bounded us. I have seen nothing but misery in my life until beep. All these years I have been seeking to give what I only desired now to receive from you. Your heart commanded me to follow while my soul was hurt and my mind confused. I allowed you to take possession of my feelings. In return, I loved, obeyed, and honored you beyond words. I revealed myself to you in ways in which I thought were impossible. I saw and still see you as my soulmate, as my wife, and as the mother of my fourth child." I believe this letter was written recently by Michael Joe Jackson. What do you think?
I go for that. You know, he just does that sometimes to make people miss him. Yeah, and I put him on the phone, and the guy started trembling. He literally got nervous. He's like, "Oh my God, it sounds just like him." He couldn't believe it because who's going to believe? You know, these guys, you know, they believe me only because I have so much substantial proof. But you know, now I put the voice of Michael on with one of the guys, and he just kind of tripped out. You know,
she's a bit on the crazy side. You know? I think she's nutty. I think she loves the money and attention.
So she's out working her way through the Jackson clan, hopefully probably trying to get to Michael or whoever. And every now and then you meet these really good manipulating people. So I don't know if it's real or not.
This temptress, jealous, and I want what she got, and does everything she can to get that man away from his wife, his child, so that she can be with him. You know, this has happened with Morgan Freeman just recently with his black wife. Some white girl came in and swooped, you know, and we've heard about it with Lionel Richie, O.J. Simpson, with Nicole. We've heard about it with several Jackson men. We've heard about it with several Jackson men. We've heard about it with several Jackson men. We've heard about it with Michael Jordan. I mean, I can go on and on and on, and Sidney Poitier. I mean, we can go on and on about this happening, but I think Chris Tucker was too praising of too many other kinds of women, other kind of races of women. Now, there was a black woman in this one, little light-skinned, biracial. Therefore, you know, she's a little yellow or whatever. Therefore, you know, she's a little yellow or whatever. Now, Chris Tucker, I don't know if you remember me from the Michael Jackson trial. I was sitting right in eyesight with you, and I encouraged you, and you did a great job testifying for Michael Jackson. So for that, I will give you somewhat of a pass. War. Who? Good God. White women, white women, white women. War. Who? Good God. White women, white women, white women. War. Who? Good God. Little light-skinned, biracial. War. Who? Good God. White women, white women, white women. War. Who? Good God. You know, she's a little yellow or whatever. War. Who? Good God. White women, white women, white women.
I'll take that as a joke, honey. All right, then.
Well, thank you very much. We'll be right back. We need to get over some of these generalizations that are going on. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Whenever the white male power structure is trying to destroy a particular black man, they use sisters to do that. They use sisters to infiltrate that.
A black man in America has to be a hustler about his. So a black man has to identify the enemy. Now, if there's black women who want to be down, when black men want a black woman who's down, he needs to roll with them. But when you get these PearlJr type sisters, they are the enemy. You avoid them like the plague and don't fall for the bullshit.